Hey y'all, I'm Pooja and welcome back to Pooja's Travelog. I hope everybody watching this video is in good health. To my YouTube family, belated Merry Christmas, Happy New Year and Happy Pongal. I know I haven't posted for a very long time. It's almost a month now. I feel very bad for not being consistent, but yes, I do regret those decisions. But now I'm back with very good content. I hope this video is going to be very much useful for international students. So let's dive into the video. After I posted a video about Concordia, there are a lot of international students approaching me on LinkedIn asking me a very particular questions on I have this great profile, but I'm not sure does this university accept me. I do not understand, is this enough for a university to take into consideration? As far as things concerned, if you have a very good profile, you have a pretty high chances of getting into the so-called Ivy League of Canada. Ivy League doesn't exist in Canada for your concern because all the universities here in Canada are publicly funded universities, none of them are private. Ivy Leagues are just private institutes, so these are just ranked based upon their public figure, their reviews and the reputation they have. In this video, I'll be giving you the list of top 5 universities that you guys can apply to if you have the most exceptional profile. At the position 5, we have Universite de Montreal, which states that it is in Montreal, so the right place to vibe out. UDEM offers about 650 programs for graduate and undergraduate students alone in its 11 facilities that is present over here in Montreal. Some of the most popular courses include engineering, law, life science, and business. Again, the acceptance rate to get into Universite de Montreal is about 30%, so yes, it's typically hard. When it comes to tuition fee, I would say it's kind of on the range. So it's 2,500 Canadian dollars for Canadians as well as permanent residents, and for international students it's going to be about $20,000 to $28,000. I think that's an average it could cost you for a year. I could say it's fairly good price. So UDEM has 6.5 or higher of IELTS score if you want to get into it. When it comes to UDEM, you actually have scholarship for about $3,000 to $4,500 per term, and it can be for a year. There are variety of scholarship as it's about 650 courses. You have multiple scholarship that you can apply for. Some of the tips I would give is I put my hands for French. So if you are someone who has a French major, I definitely say that could add a very big plus to you, especially for this university. For McGill, I wouldn't say it, but for this, I would say it will be a very, very good plus point. Coming to Montreal in itself, so Montreal is just the hotspot for any events, any event, you name it. If you feel you would mix up over here, definitely Montreal and UDEM can be your space. As far as cost of living is concerned, I would say this is way more cheaper compared to other high-level cities. This is also not going to leave you very cool because you pay a lot more in taxes. Even when you buy something menial, you have to pay a lot in terms of taxes. So to conclude with events, nightlife, chill, calm, natural scenery, and studies together, if this whole circle needs to be yours, then I'd say UDEM could be the best place. Coming to the 4th place is a McMaster University, which is a public research university in Hamilton, Ontario. So McMaster offers over 100 graduate and undergraduate programs in 6 of its facilities. Some of the programs that are most famous: business, life science, engineering, psychology. These are all kind of popular here in Canada that just lines up to the upcoming as well. The acceptance rate of McMaster University is about 30%. 30 to 35 is the average wage scale. Coming to the average tuition fee, I would say it's about 8,000 Canadian dollars for Canadians as well as permanent residents. And for international students, it's going to be costlier. So you could expect somewhere in between $30,000 to $43,000. That still depends on the courses and the programs that you choose. Coming to the next off is IELTS score. You should have an average of 6.5 or higher. Coming to scholarship, as of, I would say there is a $21,000 a year scholarship. So McMaster spends about 2 to 3 million in terms of scholarship. The next should be living expenses in Hamilton, Ontario. So Hamilton ranks the third in terms of its living expenses, like the top third. As you could understand from the tuition fee as well as the living expenses, it's going to be costlier. So you have to be prepared for that. Some tips to get into McMaster, I'd say have a well-done portfolio. Portfolio, I would say it's optional depending on the courses that you take. So make sure to have relevant work experience. If not, have some extracurricular things that you have added. Try to include your project, coursework, and so on. Whatever you have done in your undergrad. As of placement, it is said that it's 35 to 45% of students get placed within 2 months of time span after they graduate. I think it could be a clear bet. So to conclude with, McMaster is such an easy go option until and then you figure out things that are especially on the financial part. You could find a huge diverse, group of students. To the third position is the Mcgill University in Montreal. So Mcgill University is also the most oldest and the most prestigious university here in Canada. When it comes to courses, Mcgill offers over 400 different programs. That's for both graduate and undergraduate. And it also includes 11 facilities. Some of the most popular program is the business, life science, engineering, and computer science. And one more thing is music and law. There is a saying here in Canada, but Mcgill is called the Harvard University of Canada and the University of Toronto is the Oxford of Canada. To get into particular in terms of courses, Mcgill has the best business program in the whole of Canada as a country. But that doesn't make Mcgill the easiest one. So now we have the best part, so we should have the catch, right? The Mcgill has the acceptance rate of about just 20%. Which is very, very low, like very, very low compared to the upcoming next two universities. So the average tuition fee is about 7,050 Canadian dollars. This is for Canadians and permanent residents. As for concern to international students, it will be around 25,000 to 30,000 dollars. As I said, this just depends and varies from courses to courses and year to year. To get into Mcgill, you just need an average score of 6.5 or higher in terms of IELTS. If you want some tips to get into Mcgill University, you should at least have 92% in your curriculum records. Only then you can crack it over here. Getting in terms of scholarship, I would say Mcgill also offers like 3K to 7K in terms of scholarship for both domestic and international students. Coming to the next is the Montreal. So if you are someone who's up to vibing and partying at nights, trust me, Montreal is just the place for you. As we do have French restriction, that's not going to limit your happiness. And as far as concerned to cost of living, it is the cheapest of so far in the list. When it comes to placement, 30% of students who graduate from Mcgill gets a permanent job. And the salary is about 30 lakhs Indian rupees. I'm sorry for the blurry mistake. So that's about 30 lakhs in INR. To conclude, Mcgill is also the prestigious university and the oldest university. If you want the right study and the right vibe, I would definitely say Mcgill is just the place for you. So just start applying. Over to the second place is the University of British Columbia. UBC is also the oldest and the most prestigious university in Canada. When it comes to the courses, UBC offers over 300 graduate and undergraduate program and its two campuses, one at Vancouver and other at Kelowna. How could I not mention this? The UBC campus is just a feast to the eyes. So if you are someone aiming for UBC, then you'll definitely have heaven at the university. Some of the most promising programs at UBC include life science, computer science, business, and engineering. Okay, as far as the campus and so on is good, but what's the acceptance rate? So the acceptance rate of UBC is about 30 to 40%. The average tuition fee for an undergrad program could be 6,500 Canadian dollar. This is for Canadians as well as permanent residents if you're an international student. So this is gonna come around $34,000 to $40,000. And to also note, all the tuition fee that I am telling over here, they just tends to vary. This is an approximate tuition fee. So what's the IELTS score then? It's again 6.5 or higher. The minimum would be 6.5. Some tips to get into UBC. You must have a very good profile that must include a portfolio. I think portfolio is one such important thing for UBC. Try to have a strong curriculum record as well as have a volunteer experience at an NGO. And there is scholarship for domestic as well as international students. So normally a person could get up to $25,000 just a scholarship. This could give you a rough idea that UBC is spending over $10 million a year just on scholarship. The location. Vancouver is just an amazing place. It has tons of beauty and a natural scenery. You'd spend your time just by looking into the beauty that has been created over there. And at the same time, Vancouver is the second expensive city in Canada next to Toronto. Coming over to placements, 33.33% of students get placed in a permanent job. And the average salary is about 29 lakhs in Indian rupees. To conclude, as said, UBC is the most prestigious university and not the old university. So it has this huge diverse student population that's striving to learn a lot, to build a social network. Just if you have the right profile, I think University of British Columbia is just a turning point of your life. To be on the first is the University of Toronto. It just needs no introduction. So University of Toronto is the oldest and the most prestigious university in Canada. It's been almost there for 200 years. The first is the courses. University of Toronto offers 700 undergrad and grad programs. They have almost like 3 campuses, one at St. George, Mississauga and Scarborough. Some of the most popular programs include business, engineering, computer science and life science. I mean, who doesn't want to be a business major and earn a lot of money, you know? Here comes next is the acceptance rate. So the acceptance rate is about 30%. And don't forget, the next will be the tuition fee. The tuition fee for the undergrad program is about 7,564 Canadian dollars, and this is for Canadians. For international student, hold your heart still. So it's going to be 28,274 Canadian dollars. I know it's a lot. Moreover, Canada is getting 50% of its income just from international students' fee. There to put a full stop, just don't worry. The next is gonna be the scholarships. So the scholarships are available for both domestic and international students. So it could vary from 1K to almost like 3K per term for a student. Most universities do consider students automatically into the scholarship program, and sometimes it's about us to apply to all the scholarships. Coming to the next is the city in itself, Toronto. Toronto is the most expensive city in Canada. What are the requirements to study at University of Toronto? Coming to the IELTS score, you would typically require 6.5 or higher. And what are some tips and tricks to get into University of Toronto? To increase your chance of getting into UOT, it's important to have a very strong resume, relevant work experience, and it's advisable to have volunteer experience in any NGOs. As far as what I see, Canadians do consider volunteering experience for NGOs as a very, very important aspect. Trust me, the admission committee needs overall a well-rounded student. As to conclude, University of Toronto is one of the most prestigious universities in Canada, and University of Toronto has produced notable alumni such as 5 Nobel laureates, 160 Rhodes Scholars, and 9 Turing Award winners. So if you want to be in the hands of good company, UOT is definitely the place for you. And not to forget, on the placements, 85% of students who graduate from University of Toronto is likely to get job within 3 months. So if it feels like a promising shot, then you can take it. As far as the conclusion, this 5 university is definitely going to give you the best idea about what to expect. If you're someone who thinks that these institutions are so much expensive, like me, even I to think of those, and these are way beyond my resume as of me as well. So the upcoming videos will be the perfect recipe for you. Just make sure to hit that subscribe button and then the notification icon. Always remember that your dreams and your goals are the biggest sources of energy in the world. So all the best for your application, guys. See you in the next video. Bye.